I like that last shot. Not a bad introduction, my friend. Bradley Chubb made his way from NC State, joins us now, and of course getting ready for next week's NFL draft, which is coming quick. Let me start with this. Bill Belichick coached you up, was present at your pro day, running your workouts in part. What was that like?
It was crazy to see just a guy like Bill Belichick just taking time out his day to come out there with me, BJ, Justin, and Contavious, and just coaching us up and taking us through drills and talking to us afterwards too. So I mean, it was all fun, and I'm glad he did that. Did
you know in advance that would be the case?
No, I didn't. I didn't even know he was coming, but I saw him like talking to our Coach Dorn while we were doing while guys were doing the 40 and stuff, and then yeah. So I thought he was gonna be like sitting back, not really doing anything, but he was up there and teaching us how to do the drill. So it was cool.
Pretty good company.
Yeah, what did you learn from him? Was there anything that he told you during that workout that you were like, man, I haven't really heard that before?
No, it wasn't anything like that. It was just he was mainly just teaching us the drill and all that, and the conversation afterwards was pretty good as well. He just talking football. So,
yeah.
We are getting close to at least the next stage of this draft process, because it doesn't stop after the draft. Right. Clearly, it keeps going, gets busier. But has there been anything in this process that has surprised you, that you think is different than you thought it would be as you've gone through this?
I didn't realize I was going to be traveling so much. Like from the time the combine was over till now, I've been East Coast, West Coast, different cities every day. So I mean, it's a lot, but it's fun. It's not what I thought at all, but I'm having a good time with it.
You know, I want to move to the football field because I made a comment a couple weeks ago. I told you about this, all right, about the fact that if you were coming out at the same time as Myles Garrett, I would take you before him. And the reason why is because I think you have an uncommon motor, the way you run to the football. There's some shots against Syracuse where you're running people down 40 yards down the field.
Yes, sir.
You don't see people do that. Why? Why do you play that way?
So honestly, it started in high school. Well, it started for me in middle school, like hearing my name over the PA system, and like everybody.
So you liked it.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Listen, there's a reason.
I used to always hear my brother's name because I was the ball boy back in like middle school. And in high school, I was like, man.
All comes down to the PA.
I like it.
I was like, my classmates got to hear my name across that board when I'm in high school. So that's how it was. And then, I mean, I just kept doing it ever since then. It wasn't, at that point, it wasn't about the PA system. It was just about making plays. So, yeah, that started it. So.
Is that something you guys practice, run into the football pursuit drills? I mean, is that something that's drilled into y'all in particular, the D-line in particular?
It's drilled into the whole defense. You can ask Coach Chubb, you can ask anybody on that defense. We do pursuit drill every day, no matter if it's in season, spring ball, camp, we do pursuit drill all the time, so yeah.
You know, Von Miller said this about you. I don't know if you've heard this exactly. He's Khalil Mack and Von Miller put together. I mean, that's saying something. That's high praise. What does that make you think of when you hear that?
I mean, for me to say
they're talking about you.
Yeah, for me to say it is one thing, but for him to actually like confirm it, it was pretty cool to see, and it just makes me want to work harder. It makes me want to prove him right, pretty much, and go into the next level and just be my best that I know I can be.
I think what he's saying is you can beat people with speed or beat them with power.
Exactly. Is
what he's telling you, and it's evident. It's on film. You beat people with, you know, the stab, the bull rush. You beat them with the swim. You beat them outside speed. But if you had one, okay, it's fourth quarter. This is what I talk about. I call them game closers. You're a game closer. Can you close the game out? And you have to beat an offensive tackle. Now, we're not going to say you know what this guy's weaknesses and strengths are. If someone said, Bradley, what's your move? What do you go to? The one that you say, look, in my sleep I can run this move, and I bet you I'm going to win on it most of the time. What's your move?
It's usually either my scissors or my like stab club. Just some rush where I'm flipping my hips and getting outside.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like game time situation, and I take myself over anybody. Game on the line.
I'd take you too.
Yeah. Where's that confidence come from?
I
mean, it's a positive, clearly.
Yeah, it's definitely positive. But I mean, I just know how hard I worked. I mean, I try to stay as humble as possible because I know what got me here. But when I feel like when I'm challenged and stuff like that, I got to know who I am and show my competitiveness.
You know, I don't mean to jump in on you here, Wednesday, but you know, watching your tape in particular, I was interested about this. When you guys played Notre Dame, I wanted to see you go against Quentin Nelson. I wanted to see you go against McGlinchey Moore. I wanted to see how did you assess those players going into that football game? Because that game was a little rough for you guys overall. They got after you guys pretty good. How did you see those players, and is there anything you took away from that football game in relationship to your development, how you view yourself or how you view them? What was your impression coming out of that game?
I mean, I thought they were going into the game. I thought they were great players, and coming out, I thought the same thing. It was actually funny because they were training at the same facility I was training at, and so I was talking to them about our game, and it's crazy to see how smart they were and how they saw things that I didn't even think that that offensive lineman paid attention to, because when we had one linebacker in the box, we did a certain stunt, and Quentin was telling me about how he picked up on all that, and so that took away half our game plan right there. And at the time, I'm like, how they picking up on this so fast?
Yeah.
And then to see him talk about it then, it was crazy. But after that game, I feel like we grew up. It was a punch in the mouth, just because we probably got a little too high on our high horse, and it brought us back down to like, hey, if we want to play, we got to play together.
So, sometimes that serves you well, you know, a little setback. I'm going to ask you this last question because I want to know. Astro Chubb is your Twitter handle. You're at Astronaut on Instagram, and there's one more. What's the other one? You've got an astronaut on your avatar. What?
So
do you want to be an astronaut?
My avatar on Twitter is actually me back in when I was 7. I took a trip to space.
Oh, you took a trip to
space.
For real?
I'm kidding.
I'm like, listen, I wasn't prepared for that one.
I'm kidding. It started with my brother. It actually came from the rapper Future. He always talked about being an astronaut, and my brother picked up on it, and then I picked up on it. So it was just started off as a joke, but we just took it and ran with it.
So if they offer space travel to civilians in the future, you're going to be...
It's coming, right? We know it's coming.
You're not going up to space.
Don't do it right now. Now is not the time, though. I'm going to tell you, stay on the ground.
Yeah, stay on the ground now, but after the career, go up to space.
Yeah, fair enough. After that,
Okay.
I went to space. I hadn't heard that one today.